Welcome to Chapter 5, Lesson 10. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to subtract decimals. There's one important vocabulary term that we need to review here, and that is inverse operations. Inverse operations are operations that undo each other. So they're kind of like opposites. For example, addition and subtraction. Multiplication and division would be another example of inverse operations. Let's take a look at example 1. The table shows the average lengths of 3 longest bones in the human body. How much longer is the average femur than the average tibia? So if we look in our table, the average femur is 19 and 18 tenths, and the longest tibia is 16 and 9 tenths. So we need to find 19 and 8 tenths minus 16 and 9 tenths. Step 1 is to estimate. We'll round to 20 minus 17, which equals 3. So our final answer should be somewhere around the 3 range. 2. Subtract decimals. You line up the decimal points, subtract the digits in the same place value positions, renaming as necessary, bring the decimal point straight down into your difference, and then check by using addition. These are pretty much the same steps that we used with addition, so they should be easy to remember. So we have 19 and 8 tenths minus 16 and 9 tenths. We are going to borrow here and rename. So 18 minus 9 is 9. 8 minus 6 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have 2 and 9 tenths. That's pretty close to 3, so we're reasonable, but let's check just to make sure. So we have 2 and 9 tenths plus 16 and 9 tenths. Add up, 9 plus 9 is 18. Carry. 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 1 plus 0 is 1. Bring your decimal straight down. We get 19 and 8 tenths. So we know that our answer of 2 and 9 tenths is correct. Okay, let's flip the page and go on to example 2. Example 2 says find 6 and 3 tenths minus 4 and 78 hundredths. First thing, we're going to estimate by doing 6 minus 5. That equals 1. And then we're going to follow the same steps. Line up your decimal points. Add in the 0 so that both have the end in the same place value. Then we're going to subtract the digits that are in the same place value. So we're going to rename this 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. Then we're going to rename this as 5 and rename this as 12. 12 minus 7 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. So we get 1 and 52 hundredths. That's pretty close to 1, but let's double check by using addition. So we have 1 and 52 hundredths plus 4 and 78 hundredths. 2 plus 8 is 0, carry the 1. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Bring your decimal straight down, and we get 6 and 30 hundredths. This is equivalent to 6 and 3 tenths because we can take the 0 off without changing the value of our number. So our final answer would be 1 and 52 hundredths. All right, let's do the guided practice together. So it says subtract, use addition to check your answer. So we have 5 and 5 tenths minus 3 and 2 tenths. Let's round to the nearest one to estimate. So we have 6 minus 3 equals 3. 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 minus 3 is 2. So we get 2 and 3 tenths. If we use addition to check that, 2 and 3 tenths plus 3 and 2 tenths gives us 5 and 5 tenths. So we did that one correct. All right, let's look at 72 and 4 tenths minus 12 and 5 tenths. Let's round to the nearest one. So we have 72 minus 13. Okay, and that gives us 59. So our estimate should be somewhere close to 59. So let's go ahead and subtract. We have them lined up. We may need to rename this as 14 ones. So 14 ones minus 5 is 9. It looks like we're going to have to rename again. 11 minus 2 is 9, and 6 minus 1 is 5. So we get 59 and 9 tenths. That's pretty close to our estimate, but let's check with addition just to make sure. Alrighty, So 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry the 1. 9 plus 2 is 11. Plus 1 more is 12. 5 plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Bring your decimal straight down. And we get 72 4/10, which is what we started with. So it looks like we did our problem correctly. On your own, I would like you to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we will check those in class tomorrow.